past, lost from when we wake, with no way to go back. I'm standing on my own, but now I'm not alone.
Avengers, assemble!
Always we will fight as one, till the battle's won.
Alright.
What's up, everybody? You know, welcome back to Mega Mini Comics. As you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. I don't even have to say anything. You guys already know. It's Justice League time, bro. The movie just came out 2 days ago, and it was freaking awesome. I just saw it a couple hours ago today. Oh, that movie was legend. It was awesome. Like, I didn't even have time to look for Easter eggs or anything because I was just geeking out about the movie. Like, you guys don't understand. Seeing scenes in a movie that comes straight from the comics was just legit awesome. Guys, it was amazing. That was such a good experience. I really enjoyed watching that movie. That was one of the best movies DC has done so far, especially because it's the first movie that introduces a group of individual heroes together fighting as one. Like Marvel did with the Avengers. It was about time we finally got a Justice League movie, guys, and it was legit. It was awesome. I really enjoyed that. So, of course, you guys already know what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on the movie stuff, talk about some pros and cons, individual stuff that happened in the movie. Of course, there's going to be spoilers in this, guys. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers. So, if you haven't seen the movie yet, stop watching this video right now. Like, seriously, if you guys have not seen the movie yet, pause this video right now. Go to like the nearest AMC you can go to and just watch the movie. I guarantee you, it's 2 hours of your life, but I guarantee you it's gonna be worth it. Just go watch that movie, then come back and you can just finish this video. I'll sit here for like 5 minutes and wait for you guys to go watch the movie. Alright, for those of you guys who have seen the movie, let's go ahead and do a quick recap of everything that happened in the movie that we remember so far. Right, so the movie starts out with my man Batman, right? He's like standing on top of a rooftop, he's got his goggles like looking around like, I am darkness, I am the night, no one can defeat me, I'm Batman. And then all of a sudden he sees this big old parademon thing just comes flying out of nowhere and smashes into the ground. He's like, what the heck is that? And Alfred's like, I have no idea. So he just runs up at the thing, right? He starts beating him up with this like Ra's al Ghul moves and he starts taking him down. And then he starts kicking his butt. So he takes out a boomerang, he throws it like ties it around the thing. He's like, yes, I beat it. I took him down. I'm awesome. I'm Batman. And then all of a sudden he turns around and the thing's gone. He's like, what the heck? Where'd it go? And I was like, I have no idea, sir. I didn't even see it. I was looking at you being awesome. He's like, oh no, looks like a war is about to start. We're gonna have to get the lead together. And Alfred's like, yeah, I know. You know you have Wonder Woman's number in your phone, right? You better call her. He's like, I ain't worried about that chick. I got plenty of girls. I'm a playboy. She's about to go marry Superman anyway. I ain't worried about that girl. He's like, oh yeah, okay, you're right. So who you gonna talk to? He's like, we got Barry Allen. We got Arthur Curry. Who we got? Victor Stone. That guy with the cyborg body. Let's go talk to him. He's like, Diana, you go talk to Cyborg. Try to recruit him. I'm gonna go talk to Barry Allen, see if he's interested. Oh, actually, no. First, I'm gonna go talk to Aquaman, see if he's interested. So he goes down and talks to Aquaman, right? He's in this like big old snow place. And then he ends up where Aquaman is like, he's like, hey, yo, you know what? My name Bruce Wayne. You know me. I'm rich. I'm a playboy like that. I'm from Gotham, you know. So there's this big old parademon thing that just came down. It's about to destroy the world. So I'm gonna get the Justice League together. You know what I'm saying? So I was wondering, there's this guy here named Arthur Curry. He has like a big beard. I know he comes on the King Tide and he brings fishes for you guys. He guys brings you food and all that kind of stuff. He's called the Aquaman. I know he talks to fish and all that. So you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get this man to join my crew, you know, so we can put out the Justice League, get this group together. But then Aquaman's just like, nah, forget you, man. I ain't about to join a team with a guy looking like a bat. He like, me looking like a bat? You don't want a big old pitchfork over here with 3 paws looking like the devil. He's like, man, you forget you, man. I ain't finna join your team. He goes back and jumps into the water. He's like, show off. So he just leaves. He goes to talk to Barry Allen, right? He goes to his house and he sees him like the chains and the stuff. He puts the key in the chains and he like opens his door and he goes and he's like, why is there a total stranger sitting in the dark in my second favorite chair? You know, because that's what you wonder about. Not the fact that there's a stranger in your house, why he's sitting in your favorite chair. So he goes in, right, and Batman's just sitting, he's like, I need to recruit a team. see, I believe enemies are coming, and I know you're the Flash. He's like, bruh, you got the wrong guy. I'm not the Flash. I don't even have any powers. I just know sign language, like gorilla sign language. I'm doing skiing and stuff like that. I'm linguistic. I don't know anything, bro. So he takes a batarang, he throws it at him, and he's like, oh, you're the Batman! You're the Batman! No, you're the Batman! I did not know you're the Batman, bro. You're freaking awesome. I love you. I've read all your cases and stuff. I work in Central City. I'm the Flash, you know. I mean, I'm nobody, bro. I'm not the Flash. You tripping? He's like, I know you're the Flash, bro. I need you to join my team. See, I believe enemies are coming. He's like, stop right there. I'm in. He's like, wait, what? You are? He's like, yeah, bro. I need friends. I'm alone. He's like, okay, great. He's like, can I keep this? He's like, nah, bro. You tripping? So anyway, then go back to South to Victor Stone, right? And we see him meet up with Wonder Woman. She like gets out of her big old Cadillac thing. She's like walking around, and then Victor just comes out of nowhere. He's like standing in the big building. He just comes out. And he's like, what do you want? And she's like, there's parademons coming. There's a war about to start. We need to bring a team together. Batman sent me to recruit you. You in or not? He's like, bro, look at me. I'm a big old robot with biomechatronic body parts. I can't do nothing. I can just pop waffles out of my chest. That's it. I'm like a walking toaster. And she's like, bro, you a cyborg, man. You better man up. You better grow some balls and come out here and help us fight. He's like, bro, I'm a robot. I don't got no balls. I can't grow nothing. He's like, man, forget you, man. I ain't about to join you on the team that you feel about to do jack. So he just leaves her. He goes back and he talks to Batman. She's like, he ain't joining the team. He said it's a no. He said he's a no-show. He's like, what about Arthur? He's like, nah. He said he wasn't gonna join the team. So they just get flashed together. It's like it's just the three of them, like the Trinity. And then Gordon's like, really? That's it? You just got three people? He's like, bro, Superman is dead. This man Aquaman a gangster, and this man Cyborg don't got no balls because he's a robot. So of course there's only three of us. That's all we got, bro. So he's like, okay, fine, just go out and stop these parademons or whatever you got to do. So he's like, okay, fine, let's go. And then they get in the Batmobile and they head out and they try to fight the parademons so they get their butts whooped. And then all of a sudden the Steppenwolf comes out of nowhere and he starts wrecking all of them. He starts kicking them all around. One of them starts talking cheap like, I'm gonna take you down. I'm just scared. Then he starts whooping them all and he throws them out and the Batman throws them out like, shh. And then Flash is like, shh. And Cyborg's like, shh. And they starts beating them all of it and they just get beat up. And then Aquaman comes out with his staff. He's like, shh. And he throws back a whole ocean. And then everybody just gets whooped and they eventually go back after the harbor collapses on them. And he's like, man, we suck. We got our butts whooped, man. We ain't no Avengers. We cheat. And then Batman comes in and he's like, this a whack behind scene, bro. Y'all ain't did jack squat. This girl Wonder Woman over standing there just looking pretty. This man Aquaman would do nothing. He was like, yeah, he just acting like a kid. This man Cyborg over here acting like Michael Jackson pop locky. He said, and then Flash over here tripping on his own feet. He can't even run. We need to get Superman, bro. We need to get him to lead the team. We need to get a real leader, bro. Wonder Woman's like, bruh, what you mean? You don't remember what you did to Superman in the last movie? You beat that man behind. What you think you gonna do when you see you tripping? He's like, bruh, I'm the Batman. I ain't scared of him. I beat his behind. You don't remember the name of the movie? Batman v Superman. Not Superman v Batman. Batman v Superman. It was that way for a reason. Study. So he go revive Superman, right? They get him back. He's like, and he goes shooting through the roof, right? And then everybody sees him like, yeah, Superman's back and all that. But then all of a sudden they see he's evil. So they start fighting the man, right? And then Flash starts running around. He's like, shh. And he sees him out the corner. He's like giving him the side eye. He's like throwing him some shade. He's like, oh man, they see me. So he starts running. He starts dodging his attacks, right? He starts throwing him in. He throws him to the side. And then Batman comes up behind. He's like, Clark. And he turns around. He's like, I remember you. He's like, of course you remember me, nigga. I'm Batman. I beat you behind in the last movie. You don't remember that Batman v Superman? I took you down and then we start fighting because our mom's first name is Martha. So we best friends now. We super friends. You remember that? He's like, I'm gonna kill you. And he goes over and grabs him by the throat. He's like, why does the world need you? He's like, because I'm Batman, nigga. That's why the world needs me. I'm Batman. I say God more times than you, bro. He's like, I'm gonna choke you out, bro. He's like, do you bleed? And then all of a sudden, Lois comes out as his contingency plan. And he's like, ah, Betsy. And then she just takes him and he flies off with her. He's like, oh, great. Our big gun is gone. He's like, shut up, Aquaman. You weren't doing nothing. And then they go back and he's like, oh, man. My spine is bruised. My shoulders popped out of place. I think something's bleeding. He's like, I told you, man. I told you not to bring Superman back. I told you it was a bad idea. He's like, shut up. You just mad because your boy Steve Trevor dead and you like Superman now. He's like, ooh, you just do some shade. So he getting ready to fight Wonder Woman, right? But then everything escalates and they eventually go out to fight Steppenwolf again, you know what I'm saying? So they all go together to fight him. And then they get wrecked. They get absolutely wrecked by Steppenwolf. He starts throwing him back and forth. And Cyborg tries to jack into the mainframe again. He goes, and he tries to jack into the thing, and then he starts getting messed up and get his leg torn off, and then he starts throwing everybody around. Aquaman gets flown around everywhere, Batman gets thrown out of the Batarang and blows up. And then my man Superman comes flying out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? He comes out of nowhere, he looks at Steppenwolf, he's like, bruh. and he starts fighting around him and completely wrecking them, you know what I'm saying? He starts taking them out, throwing them through the walls and stuff, and then eventually Cyborg gets the thing together, Superman comes out, and he's like, yo, you need to help me pull this thing together. He's like, alright, just do your thing. He's like, Gah! And Superman's like, ugh! And then like, Gah! And they pull it together, and then the whole thing explodes and stuff. It's like, ah! And then all of a sudden you see him with his big old thing, he starts attacking the Justice League, and then Wonder Woman just comes out of nowhere, and sword and goes, and she like blows the whole thing up, and he starts getting scared, and the parademons start hearing the fear because they feed off fear, right? So they see him, and then they go attack him, and they start attacking him and stuff, and then they take him into a big old portal thing. He just disappears, and they're like, yeah, Justice League saved the day, dun 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 dun. So then at the end of the movie, right, Superman ends up finding Lois, and they talk again, and then he gets his barn back. He asks Batman, how's he able to get the barn back? Batman's like, oh, I bought the bank. He like, bruh, you bought the bank? First he was trying to kill me, then you bring me back to life, then you fight me again, and now you brought my house back? Bruh, what you antisocial now? He like, nah, I don't like you, bro. Nah, I'm just trying to help your mom. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to help Lois. He's like, ah, okay, I see you, bro. I get you, I feel you. And then Barry gets a job, and everybody lives happily ever after. The end. And that was pretty much the entire run through of the Justice League movie in like 30 seconds. That was pretty much the entire movie right there. So, if you guys did not understand that, you can go back and watch it from the beginning to the end. And then come back to this video and watch this clip from the beginning to the end. Then you'll understand the movie. For those of you who did understand it, let's go ahead and get into the video and talk about some pros and cons of the Justice League movie. Some of the interesting stuff that we saw, some of the comic book related stuff that we saw, and some other stuff that were just misplaced a little bit, I guess I would say. Let's just get in and see what we can come up with. Let's go. Right, so my thoughts on the movie. So Justice League, this movie was pretty dope. It was pretty good. It introduced the characters, like it did in the comics. They actually had them come together fighting Darkseid. It was how they all came together. It was the same thing with the mother boxes and Apocalypse and all that kind of thing. That's kind of the same thing they did with Steppenwolf in this movie here. It was pretty cool. All around, they introduced the characters. We'd already seen Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman in other films. But we got introduced to people like Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, the other main characters of the Justice League. And it was pretty cool seeing them all come together to fight this threat. It was kind of like an Avengers moment all over again, having all the biggest heroes in the universes come together as one to fend off this one global threat. And it was pretty freaking awesome. I love the job they did with Flash. I have to say, I like this costume. It was like resemblant to the New 52 costume. The only thing is they made him... What's the word I would use? Wussy. That's the word I would use. Wussy. They made Flash extremely wussy. Like at the beginning of the movie, he foreshadowed that he's fought Gorilla Grodd before, because he said like he was fluent in sign language, like specifically gorilla language, which was a reference to Gorilla Grodd. So obviously that means he fought Gorilla Grodd. But later in the movie, he said that he's never really been in the battlefield before. He's just pushed some people and run away.
Well, you guys seem ready to do battle and stuff, but full transparency, I've never done battle. I've just pushed some people and run away.
So what did he do when he fought Gorilla Grodd? He just ran up behind him, pushed him on the butt, and ran off? I mean, because you know, the Flash is considered one of the most powerful heroes in the DC universe because he's a speedster. You know, he can break time and all that. He has access to the Speed Force. So I think they really underestimated just how powerful of a character the Flash was in this. I mean, I get that they're kind of going for like a thing where he's just starting out. Like he's got a solo movie that's going to be coming out sometime in like 2020 or something like that. But I understand why they made his character the way it was. It just wasn't the right Flash for me. I didn't really see, like, Grant Gustin's Flash in the TV show was pretty top notch. I really enjoyed that one. So it's kind of difficult seeing a different Flash from my perspective. I don't know if you guys think the same way. Just leave comments down below on what you think of the Flash for this. But like I said, he was just all around not good. Just the way he's always tripping over himself, running, and he wasn't sure of himself, like he didn't know how to save people, hostages, and stuff like that. Just, it was sloppy. It was a really sloppy Flash. Another thing I wanted to mention as well was the fact that Superman, when he came back, he seemed like he was maxed out. Like when he came across Wonder Woman's lasso, she like threw it around him and it wrapped around his arm. He like pulled her with one arm. Now, Wonder Woman's lasso is magic, right? And what's Superman's only other weakness besides kryptonite? Magic, exactly. That's his only other weakness. But somehow, he was able to overpower Wonder Woman and her lasso, and even her bracelets when he went to stop them. The only thing I can think of for this is the fact that Superman's powers were completely maxed out to the point where he didn't even feel like pain, any physical pain. Therefore, his weaknesses were invalid at that point. Because in the comics, the Justice League didn't bring Superman back. Basically, he didn't die. Exactly, his cells just went to sleep, and then he was just like sleep for a while, and then they rebooted themselves and came back. I think that's what was gonna happen for Superman here, but the Justice League brought him back time before he was actually able to reboot. So because of that, his cells were all mixed together and stuff, and his brain was scrambled, and that's why he was all crazy. And that's why he was completely maxed out with his powers, because he didn't have time for his cells to actually, like, manifest themselves back to the point where, okay, this is normal. He gets his power from the solar radiation, but he's weakened by kryptonite and magic, per se. So he was, like, completely maxed out, and that's the only reason I can think that he was able to overpower Wonder Woman's magic. Like, literally, if Batman, like, snuck up behind him and, like, had, like, a piece of kryptonite and just, like, pimp slapped him in the back of the head, he probably wouldn't have felt it at all. He probably just turned around and, like, flicked him off with his finger like he did in Batman v Superman.
I understand.
Another thing I think people were wondering as well was why Cyborg was actually able to block Superman's heat vision. At one point when he fired at him, he took his shield, like, and he blocked him with it. Part of it may have been the fact that Cyborg is made from the mother box material. That's what his like biomechatronic body parts and stuff is made out of, and I think that's why he was able to hold back Superman's heat vision. But another thing is, in the comics, Cyborg is made half out of the mother box material and half out of nth metal, which is the metal from Thanagar that created Hot Girl's mace. If you guys remember from the Supergirl TV series, there was a point where she was in a cell made out of nth metal and she couldn't break through it. That's because the nth metal is unbreakable to even Kryptonians.
They enhanced him somehow.
They tricked me. The bars are made from nth metal. Thanagar, they're unbreakable. So what is this place? Who are these people?
And that's what was what Cyborg was made out of in the comics. And I think that might have carried on to the movies as well, which is why he was able to block off Superman's heat vision, because of that nth metal mixed with the mother box material. That's just my theory, but let me know what you guys think on that down below in the comments. Another scene I wanted to rap about from the movie as well was the Green Lantern cameo we got in a flashback scene when Wonder Woman was explaining to Batman about the fight that happened something like 1,000 years ago when the Amazonians teamed up with the Atlanteans and the gods and the humans against Steppenwolf. Now, in that fight, we got a glimpse of one of the Green Lanterns from the Green Lantern Corps. It appears that they came down to fight off this threat as well. That tells you how serious it is, that you got beings from other planets coming down to fight alongside you just to protect the Earth that isn't even their home planet. But anyhow, we got a glimpse of a Green Lantern who looked pretty freaking cool. We saw him all decked out with his ring and everything. Now, I knew that there were rumors that a Green Lantern would show up in this movie. However, I thought they were going to do it like at the end, like an after credit scene, show like Hal Jordan or John Stewart or something, just at the end, like a reference to Green Lantern. But they actually showed a full-blown Green Lantern in the film, which was pretty freaking awesome. Now, some people suggested by the look of his features, such as his beak and his mohawk, that this Green Lantern could have been Tomar-Re. If you guys don't know, Tomar-Re is one of the oldest Green Lanterns from the comics who actually trained Hal Jordan and was a guardian for the planet Oa for some time. Obviously, if this was Tomar-Ray, we most likely weren't gonna get to see him in the next movie, part 2 of the Justice League, because of the fact that, well, he kind of died like 3 seconds later. Which kind of sucks, assuming that was Tomar-Ray. But anyway, that wasn't the only cool thing in this scene. Guys, as you very well know, when a Green Lantern dies in the comics, the ring leaves the host's body, and it flies away through the galaxy looking for someone else who's worthy enough to wield the willpower of the Green Lantern ring. When this Green Lantern died, who we're assuming is Tomar-Ray, his ring slipped off his finger and flew off into space, with Steppenwolf staring off at it in the distance. Now, in the comics, when Hal Jordan first obtained his ring, he got it from the dying alien named Abin Sur. However, when John Stewart, the Black Green Lantern, got his ring in the comics, he got it from the dying alien Tomar-Ray, who we're assuming is this alien right here. So, if this was indeed Tomar-Ray, then the ring that flew off, it wouldn't be too unsafe to say that it could be going to John Stewart. Because we do have a Green Lantern confirmed for part 2 of the Justice League movie. We just don't know which one it is yet. And it could most likely be John Stewart because we already got a version of Hal Jordan when Ryan Reynolds played him in his adaptation of Green Lantern in the Green Lantern movie, which also had Kilowog, Tomar-Ray, and Abin Sur in it. So, I don't know. Maybe this could be John Stewart. That's just my theory. And it's pretty good insight. It's a pretty good Easter egg as to who could be the next Green Lantern in part 2. That was a pretty good, like, hint towards the next one. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments. I think this could very well be John Stewart. But like I said, that's just my theory. So, let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments. Let me know. And speaking of super cool comic book reference Easter eggs, we actually got another one right at the end of the movie after the credits. It was a scene where the Flash and Superman raced against each other, which was very comical. If you guys know, there's a storyline in the comics, sort of like a little skit thing, really, where Superman and the Flash race against each other to see which one is truly the fastest man alive. And that's kind of one of the things I was talking about in the beginning of the movie as well, how it was so cool to see comic book accurate scenes come to life on the big screen. That was one of the cooler things I'd seen back when I was a younger little lad. So it was really, really cool seeing the Flash and Superman actually race on the big screen. We saw something like that when the Flash raced against Supergirl in the TV series, Supergirl and the Flash crossed over in an episode called World's Finest. So it's cool seeing them do that kind of adaptation thing with the actual Superman this time on the big screen. It was a really, really cool moment. I really enjoyed watching it. There's also another scene way after the credits. You know, I like to wait all the way to the end because there's always those extra scenes. There is a scene way at the end where we get to see Deathstroke himself at the end with Lex Luthor. If you guys remember, they said that Deathstroke was going to be the main villain of the solo Batman movie with Ben Affleck. And we actually got to see Deathstroke in all his glory with his armor and everything. It looked freaking awesome. But the thing that caught my eye at the end of that was the fact that Lex Luthor said we should start our own group. Something about, I can't remember the exact words, but he said Doom. And that is a reference, guys, to the Legion of Doom, which is basically the evil version of the Justice League consisting of all of their arch enemies. Cheetah, Manafa'ak, Mirror Master, Metallo, who else? Vandal Savage, I think, was actually part of them at one point. Bane, and a lot of those guys. So that's going to be pretty cool seeing them show up on the big screen. If they're going to go with that in that route in the next movie for Justice League Part 2, it'd be called Justice League Legion of Doom. That would make for a pretty good title for that movie. But I cannot wait for that. That's going to be lit, especially if they're actually using the original characters like Bane and Cheetah and Metallo and all those guys. It's going to be really cool. Seeing them come to life on the big screen, which is one of the things I like about these kind of superhero movies and stuff, how they bring the adaptations from the comics. So it's gonna be really cool if they're going down that route. Really, really cool. But all in all, Justice League was a pretty lit movie. I have to say, it was pretty freaking cool. I did not expect it to be as good as it did. As you guys could see, there wasn't a lot of Rotten Tomatoes, as you would call them, that I had to say about this movie, like they did with Batman v Superman. I think people really dislike that movie because of the fact that the timelines were all mixed up. It was like 15 different comic books smushed together into one plane of existence, like the death of Superman mixed with Batman v Superman, which happened in Batman Returns, which had Green Arrow in it instead of Wonder Woman. They also had a dream sequence foreshadowing the future with Apocalypse and Darkseid and stuff, along with evil Superman, and then Flash showing up in his dreams, which wasn't actually like really Flash because it was a different character from the one we have now. But like I said, it was just mixed up, and I understand why people didn't like that movie as much as it did. And Justice League, for some reason, it got a lot of bad reviews. I think it's just because a lot of people didn't go see it because Superman wasn't in it. They weren't expecting to see Superman because they didn't show him in the trailers a whole lot. So people were like, I'm not really sure about a Justice League movie that like doesn't have Superman in it. You know, I want all of the characters in the movie. Even Green Lantern wasn't even fully in the movie. But anyway, that's just my review on this movie. I really liked it so far. In my opinion, it was pretty good, and I can't wait to see what they do for the Justice League Part 2 movie. It's gonna be really, really epic. I can tell you guys that right now. And once again, it really borders off like the Avengers movie. I know I keep referencing that, but like I said, it was pretty cool how they did it like that, where they introduced the characters. Didn't really like each other in the beginning, but then at the end they learned to be friends, and they came together to fight off this threat. And they were like, "Ooh, yay, we're awesome! Justice League, aren't we great? What a team!" And stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments of the Justice League movie yourselves. What you would rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. What you thought of the movie, what you thought of my review on the movie, if you agree with some of the stuff I said, what you thought of some of the points I put out about like Cyborg and Green Lantern and all that kind of stuff. Just let me know in the comments, guys. Let me know. And also, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get Thor Ragnarok out. That was supposed to go out ages and ages and ages ago, but I never got around to it because I was preoccupied with college stuff. But I will definitely be trying to get back to that. I will be trying my hardest to get to Thor Ragnarok because I want to get the Easter egg video for that one out as well. And I'll be getting the Easter egg video after this as well, so you guys can see the rest of the stuff that I have to say about this movie. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, why not drop me a like right down below. And hey, if you're new around here and already enjoying one, hit that red button down below. You can stick around for some more amazing videos coming soon, just like this one right here. But as always, guys, my name is Isaiah Chambers. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay awesome, and I will see you guys all again in the next video. Peace out, guys.